The sun had long set. Shadows cloaked the city of Sodom, but in its streets the darkness was not merely of night, it was of the soul. Wickedness roared there, unchecked, unashamed. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Genesis 19 verse 1, KJV. Lot, Abraham's nephew, sat at the very entrance of the city. He saw the strangers, radiant yet cloaked, and he knew these were no ordinary men. He hurried, bowing low. And he said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. Genesis 19 verse 2, KJV. But they refused. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night. Genesis 19 verse 2, KJV. The words pierced Lot's heart. He knew the streets of Sodom. He knew the depravity. His voice trembled as he pressed them. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house. And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. Genesis 19 verse 3, KJV. Peace for a moment, bread and quiet. But outside evil stirred. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. Genesis 19 verse 4, KJV.
A mob.
Their footsteps thundered. Their voices rose, filled with perversion and fury. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. Genesis 19 verse 5, KJV. The demand was vile, shameless. Lot rushed out, shutting the door behind him, his heart racing. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Genesis 19 verses 6 to 7, KJV. He pleaded. He begged. But their lust consumed them. They pressed harder. The angels intervened. But the men put forth their hand, and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut to the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. Genesis 19 verses 10 to 11, KJV. Blindness fell. Panic erupted. Yet even in their blindness, the mob clawed and stumbled, desperate still for wickedness. Then came the command, urgent, final. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides? Son-in-law, and thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place, for we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxen great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord hath sent us to destroy it. Genesis 19 verses 12 to 13, KJV. Lot's blood ran cold. Destruction was coming. He ran to his sons-in-law, his daughters' husbands-to-be. He cried out, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. Genesis 19 verse 14, KJV. They laughed.
They scoffed.
They thought him a fool. Morning broke. The light of dawn revealed not hope, but doom. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife, and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. Genesis 19 verse 15, KJV. But Lot lingered. Fear bound him. Mercy intervened. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth, and set him without the city. Genesis 19 verse 16, KJV. Outside the gates, breathless, trembling, the command thundered. Escape for thy life. Look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. Genesis 19 verse 17, KJV. But Lot pleaded again, weak and afraid of the mountains. Oh, not so, my lord. Behold now, this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. Genesis 19 verses 18 to 20, KJV. And God, in mercy, allowed it. See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city, for the which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zor. Genesis 19 verses 21 to 22, KJV. Then it came. The sun was risen upon the earth, when Lot entered into Zor. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Genesis 19 verses 23 to 24, KJV. The sky cracked. Flames fell. The ground quaked. Cities that had once flourished with pride and sin now burned to ash. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. Genesis 19 verse 25 KJV. But tragedy struck. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. Genesis 19 verse 26 KJV. Her longing for the world she left behind became her undoing. Frozen. Forever a monument of disobedience. High above, Abraham watched. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord, and he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, and toward all the land of the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. Genesis 19 verses 27 to 28, KJV. The land that once gleamed with green valleys was now a wasteland of smoke and ruin. And it came to pass, when God destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in the which Lot dwelt. Genesis 19 verse 29, KJV. Mercy remembered Abraham. Mercy spared Lot. Judgment fell swift and final on the wicked. Lessons from Sodom and Gomorrah. God is patient, but judgment comes. The cries of sin rise to heaven. Judgment may linger, but it never fails. The dangers of compromise. Lot chose to live in Sodom, and it nearly consumed him. The cost of looking back. Lot's wife looked back and was lost. Attachment to sin destroys. The mercy of God. Even in wrath, God showed mercy by sparing Lot for Abraham's sake. A warning to all generations. The smoke of Sodom is a reminder. God is holy, and sin brings fire.